friendship that'll never ever end.
Run! King Wonder Beats. Run!
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Reaction live stream number 11. That in that neighborhood. My brothers and sisters, welcome in once again, Bean Team, on another live reaction, live freaking stream. On another good Saturday, man. Hope y'all doing excelente out there today. And I'm glad that you came on back to the channel once again to Elf with the Bean. Now, as always, y'all, because sometimes I forget to do this, sometimes I forget to say this at the beginning of our live streams or whatever. So I want to say it now while I'm thinking about it. If you want to join the live stream, the link is pinned at the top of the comment section. Click that link and you can actually join me on the stage and talk to me and react and do all that. But also, you can just stay in the live chat too, y'all. If you don't want to come up, you can just stay in the live chat too, because I try to read everybody who drop a comment in the live stream. So that's what we're gonna do right now. And we're gonna start it off with my girl M-Flow. My girl M-Flow. Yay, we ready, Bean Team. And M-Flow, she sent this chat like 2-3 hours ago. So shout out to M-Flow. Shout out to Vendetta Odin. Oh, cool. Mr. Nightmare had some solid vids from time to time. Saw this one the other day. Yes, I've been hearing about Mr. Nightmare for so long, y'all. But long story short story long, y'all. I have never watched one of his videos. So as y'all can see, I'm very excited to get into it, man. Also, let's go to my girl Kylie Nelson, 1993. Happy Saturday, Bean Team. Happy Saturday, Bean Team, man. The Saturday before Christmas. The Saturday before Christmas. Or early Merry Christmas out there to y'all too, man. And shout out to Kylie. Kylie actually one of the ones in last Saturday's stream that suggested that I checked out Mr. Nightmare for one of my live streams. And I kept my word, and that's what we're gonna do, Kylie. Shout out to VSOP85. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Shout out to VSOP, man. I seen you comment on one of the most recent videos that I did, man. So I appreciate you joining the Bean Team as always. And CGT, hi Bean Team. CGT be here pretty much every Saturday too. So shout out to you also. And this is a great question right here from Kylie. This is a great question. Beans, when can we get a video for the intro song? I swear to God, y'all, I be thinking about it so much, man, because my plans, long story short, story long, real quick. My plans was to release my song, which is called Child's Play. That song that y'all hear, 1, 2 stacks coming for you, is called Child's Play. And my plans was to release a music video of it on Halloween. But plans fell through. Long story short, story long, and I wasn't able to do it. And then I'm like, man, I'll do it next Halloween. But next Halloween so far away, so it's like, man, at some point in time, I gotta figure out a way to freaking release it earlier than that. And we got one more member of the Bean Team who just stepped into the building. Zoe Wanza. What's up, Zoe, man? Hello, Zoe. Hello, Zoe. I think Zoe says she's from Africa, man. We get love from all over the world, all around the world from the Bean Team, man. We got people all over the world. Look, we got another one, y'all. Fried chicken and biscuits. What's up, Stack the Bean? What is up, brother? Another live stream, bro. Another freaking live stream. But I digress, y'all. We gonna go and get into this video. But if you're here right now or you're seeing it later, just please hit that like button and help us get out into the algorithm more and more and more. And the channel that we going to today is a channel just like Chilling Scares, y'all, that I never have watched a video before. But if you go back to Thursday, that was my first reaction to Chilling Scares. And now it's time for y'all to get my first reaction to who? Mr. Nightmares. Mr. Nightmares, y'all. Like I said, man, I've heard of this channel for so freaking long, but never just really gave it a chance. You know what I'm saying, man? And I know it's an excellent freaking channel. If I just zoom out right now, let me see. If I just zoom out right now, it got 385K views in a day from this video, y'all. This the most recent video that he put out. Got over 6 million, almost 7 million subscribers. So I'm pretty sure this ish is about to be very freaking good. And the title of it is 4 Deeply Disturbing Internet Rabbit Holes. I love me a good rabbit hole or two, you know what I'm saying? And this time we got 4 of them, big team. So we about to get into it. But before we get into it, my brothers and sisters, y'all know what y'all got to do. Get whatever you may need. Get what you need, please. We are back to Mr. Nightmares. I'm talking about back to. We are to Mr. Nightmares for the first time. Y'all got what y'all need. Y'all ready to go? Then let's go.
On June 25th, 2015, the YouTube channel Obscure Horror Corner introduced the world to a chilling game known as Sad Satan by uploading the first of 5 gameplay videos for it. This was the first record of the game's existence on the internet. Unlike conventional horror games, Sad Satan offered no objectives, no enemies, and no resolutions. Instead, players navigated dimly lit corridors and were bombarded at random points throughout the game with cryptic symbols, audio, and images. It was a game unlike any other. What really made Sad Satan stand out wasn't just its creepy vibe. It was the sick, twisted content hiding beneath the surface. The game wasn't just unsettling. It was tied to accusations of demonic, illegal, and downright disturbing images. The game was a maze of dark, claustrophobic corridors with no clear goal. You wandered around with a first-person POV while distorted audio played in the background. The sounds were seemingly random, but ranged from reversed music to warped screams and laughter. Perhaps most unsettling, there were snippets of serial killers' interviews that sometimes popped up. Every so often, the game would throw full-screen flashes of disturbing images at you. Some were just weird, like black and white photos of statues or cryptic symbols. Others were outright horrifying mugshots of criminals, cult references, and cryptic Latin phrases. One of the most infamous was the recurring appearance of Jimmy Savile, a disgraced TV host known for decades of child abuse. His presence in the game made it feel like something much darker was lurking beneath the surface. To top it off, there was a ghostly child who would sometimes appear in the hallways. In the last gameplay video uploaded by Obscure Horror Corner, one of these ghostly kids started following the player, and there was no way to escape. The game ends when the player is finally caught and killed by this eerie, silent figure. As creepy as the original Sad Satan was, things took a much darker turn on July 7th, 2015, when a download link for the game popped up on 4chan's paranormal board. People who downloaded it quickly realized they were involved in something demonic. The clone reportedly included extreme gore, images of mutilated bodies, and even CP. Weirdly, the game also contained malware, which would mess with your computer, sometimes causing it to crash completely. Jamie, the alleged owner of Obscure Horror Corner, denied any connection to this version, claiming the one he played didn't have any of that illegal content. But his story had holes, and people were already questioning whether he could be trusted. Jamie claimed he found Sad Satan on the dark web, saying a mysterious and anonymous user named ZK sent him a link to the game. According to Jamie, the game was hosted on a hidden Tor service. However, people were left wondering where the original gameplay footage came from, as all the original download links were fake. People have spent years trying to decode Sad Satan's meaning. The references to Jimmy Savile and the ghostly children have led many to believe the game is a sick reference to child abuse and a way to distribute twisted content. The name Sad Satan derived from reversed audio from Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven.
Man, it's so crazy, y'all. It's so crazy how many songs out there that if you play them in reverse, they will say the most craziest ish, just like that, man. And it just make me sit back and wonder sometimes, like, are these people like intentionally doing this for somebody to play it backwards and then hear a hidden message? I'll give y'all the perfect example. Do y'all remember the song from Jay-Z and Kanye West? It was dun dun dun, dun. Niggas in Paris. That was the name of it. I think that was the name of it. But the dun 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 dun. Now search that up on YouTube, y'all. And I promise you, if you search it up on YouTube and when they have it playing backwards, search it up on YouTube playing backwards. It's gonna literally say "I killed Tupac" or something like that, man. But it's a lot of examples of that ish in the world, y'all. And as far as this game go, you can tell it came from the dark web and it's some illegal ish. It got CP ish in it. The game looked like something that I would have a nightmare about. You know what I'm saying, man? Inflow said, "Oh hell no," and I agree with you, Inflow. Hey, we got another person in the building too. Iceberg Ram, shout out to you, Stacking. The rest of the Bean team from the Philippines. Shout out to you, Iceberg. Iceberg always show love in the comment section too. But yeah, man, it just always amazed me how some of these songs, when you play them backwards, it be a hidden message. I digress. Let's go.
And Latin phrases suggest some kind of satanic or cult theme. After all the controversy, Obscure Horror Corner went silent and the channel was abandoned, but that didn't stop the internet from obsessing over Sad Satan. Fans created clean versions of the game, scrubbing out all the illegal content so people could experience the atmosphere without the risks. What makes Sad Satan stick with people isn't just the horror or the controversy, it's the fact that we still don't know the truth. I would strongly advise against doing any digging, but if you do, be extremely cautious with what kind of messed up stuff you might be getting yourself into.
Nah, I don't want to dig into that one. That's one of the ones where I'm just gonna let it go. You know what I'm saying, man? Elf Sad Satan. For real. Happy Satan too. Elf both of them. Hell no, y'all. I'm not going down that rabbit hole no more. Vendetta. This one I've actually known about and looked into a bit myself. People have been able to decode some of the messages and found out where certain sounds came from. See, Vendetta, I'm not one of them ones that are even try to delve into it. I don't want to know, man, especially when it was involved with CP and the original owner said that they didn't do none of that. It was somebody else who, so to speak, modded the game to put all this illegal ish into it. But just the game itself looked like a freaking horrible nightmare for me. So nah. Zoe said, not Jimmy Seville, most prolific pedophile. Man, they out here, Zoe, and and a lot of them, with a lot of these type of videos, we always hear about them. Vendetta said also heart-wrenchingly evil stuff in there. At one point, apparently a woman being run over by a truck appears, and at another point, I think a young girl's head, or maybe it was tied up near a knife. See what I'm saying, man? That's just a crazy game that I don't even want to play, because I feel like a lot of stuff that they got going on in the game is like depicting or representing real life or real life stuff that has happened. Now I'm good, being team. Oh, VSOP laughing, man. You crazy, VSOP. And we got another member that has joined the stream from the big team that has been here for a long time, y'all. Been here for a long time. And Kylie is, hey, shout out to you, though. Shout out to you, bro. Real talk. This is one of those people that leave a lot of comments. I freaking love you, man. Glad you here. But Kylie said the Beatles have a lot of hidden messages in their songs about Satan and other creepy things. That's what I'm saying, man. A lot of these songs out here, y'all, if you delve deep into it and reverse it and all that, it'll be some crazy up in it. I agree, Kylie. I digress, y'all. Let's go to number 2. Lake City Quiet Pills. What the hell do that mean? Let's see.
In 2009, an internet mystery was born on Reddit and quickly grew into one of the most disturbing internet rabbit holes. Known as the Lake City Quiet Pills saga, it's an incredibly disturbing mystery that still has no resolution. The story begins with a Redditor named Religion of Peace, later revealed to be Milo. He was no stranger to controversy. As a moderator for the infamous Jailbait subreddit, Milo already had a dark reputation. r/Jailbait was notorious for spreading illegal content and was eventually banned by Reddit, but that's a story for another time. Milo claimed to be a war veteran, boasting about his alleged involvement in conflicts like the Cold War and even the Battle of Normandy. People were divided. Some were impressed by his apparent knowledge, while others doubted his claims. Milo was an unusually active Reddit user, despite claiming to be 80 years old, which added to the skepticism. On May 18, 2009, Milo shared a link to a new website, LakeCityQuietPills.com. He described it as, quote, that old guy's image host. At first, the site seems pretty basic, just a place to upload images. But the name itself, Quiet Pills, gave people pause. It sounded off, like there was more to it than met the eye. Fast forward to July 17, 2009, Milo posted his last ever Reddit comment, which was a rant about spam content. Just hours later, a new user named 2-6 showed up to announce Milo's death. According to the post, Milo had died at his desk, leaving behind no family and only a handful of personal belongings. That's when things got weird. Some Redditors decided to dig into LakeCityQuietPills.com and discovered something chilling. Hidden in the site's source code were cryptic messages that looked like job postings, but these weren't regular jobs. They seemed to reference covert operations. Some examples of the postings include immediate need, 12 essay Spanish speaking, no papers required, and 4 for 24/7 DP, English speakers, Spanish fluency is a plus. The language was filled with military-style acronyms and obscure terms along those lines. One user pointed out that the abbreviation WW meant wet work, or more specifically, assassinations. The plot thickened even more in 2010, when a real-world event seemed to tie directly to the Lake City Quiet Pills saga. On January 19, 2010, Hamas arms dealer Mahmoud al-Mabou was assassinated in a Dubai hotel. He was suffocated by a team of operatives who entered the country using fake identities. This happened on the exact same day as a quote-unquote party mentioned in the source code of LakeCityQuietPills.com. This site listed a detailed breakdown of expenses for the event, hotel rooms, transportation, and even medical supplies that totaled nearly $94,000. The timing and the scale of the expenses led many to believe that this quote-unquote party was actually cover for an assassination operation. It felt too closely related to be pure coincidence.
I don't think it's no coincidence at all what's going on, man. Milo was into some deep-ish. You know what I'm saying? Before he died, he knew a lot more than he probably even told the public, so to speak.
Began digging into the site even further. The account 2-6 was tied to another alias, Angel 2-6. This handle had been active on other forums like Fark.com since the early 2000s. What's more, Angel 2-6's email address was linked to the LakeCityQuietPills.com domain. It was quite literally angel.2.6@LakeCityQuietPills.com. The activity surrounding these accounts painted a picture of a tightly connected group with ties to military or illegal work. Some people started interpreting the phrase Lake City Quiet Pills as a euphemism for bullets. The phrase Lake City Quiet Pills was traced back to a Remington ammunition plant in Missouri, which produces billions of rounds of ammunition annually. People have spent years debating what this all means. The most common theory is that the site was a front for a group of professional hitmen. Some argue that the military lingo and references suggest a group of ex-military individuals who defected from their governments. The connection to covert intelligence operations and organizations is clear, but the truth about the site remains unknown. After 2010, the updates to LakeCityQuietPills.com stopped, and the site eventually went offline.
That's one of the ones where we would never know, you know what I'm saying, the true meaning behind all that issue we just heard. We will never get a conclusion to it, but it's also one of the ones where you can look at Milo like Milo was in some deep ish that we'll never know about. And shout out, y'all, real quick to Iceberg Ram for sending the super sticker for 49. I'm thinking that's Philippines currency. I don't know the actual terminology for it, but thank you, Iceberg, for that. Congratulations once again, 3.3K. Yeah, subs and counting. Hey, we just building this house up, Iceberg. We building it up brick by brick, man. We gonna get there, y'all. We're gonna continue to get freaking there till this house gonna become a mansion one day. Cause I ain't going nowhere. Y'all can best believe that. Let's go, y'all. Let's go.
Back in 2015, a strange YouTube channel called Unfavorable Semicircle popped out of nowhere and instantly grabbed the attention of internet sleuths, cryptography fans, and conspiracy theorists. It wasn't just the creepy content that made it stand out, it was the sheer scale and weirdness of it all. In less than a year, the channel uploaded tens of thousands of cryptic videos before YouTube banned it in 2016. The channel launched in March 2015 and wasted no time. Within days, it began posting videos, starting with one titled with a Sagittarius sign, followed by the numbers 230511. It was a 4-second clip of a brown, blurry screen with no sound. Simple but unsettling. Then came more and more. The scale of the whole operation was insane. Thousands of videos poured in over the months, all cryptic and impossible to make sense of. The uploads were strange for a couple of reasons. Most of the titles included the Sagittarius horoscope symbol for whatever reason. Most videos had pixelated or abstract images like dots on a plain background. Some were just blank screens. Some of the videos were silent, while others featured distorted sounds, static, or a voice reading random letters and numbers. There wasn't much consistency in the video lengths either. Some were mere seconds long, while others lasted hours. The longest video on the channel was 11 hours.
Wow.
Here comes the strangest part. The rate at which the channel was uploading wasn't humanly possible. At first, videos went up every 10 minutes, but by 2016, the channel was cranking out uploads every 20 seconds. By the time it eventually got shut down, there were over 200,000 total videos. As word spread, a Reddit community formed to figure out what Unfavorable Semicircle was all about. As you might expect, theories started flying. Some thought it was a modern-day numbers station, like the ones used during the Cold War to send secret messages to spies. The strange letters and numbers fit, but the videos didn't follow the typical structure of a numbers station broadcast. Others thought it might be part of an ARG, where participants solved puzzles across various platforms. The videos seemed designed to be decoded or pieced together, but most ARGs give players clues or guidance, and this didn't. Some compared it to WebDriver Torso, a YouTube channel Google used to test video quality. I'm pretty skeptical about this theory since the creepy visuals and audio feel like overkill for a quality test. In 2022, someone claiming to be the creator of the channel gave an unsatisfying and probably fake explanation. He claimed the whole thing was an art project, more specifically, a way to explore abstraction and mystery. But personally, I have a hard time believing that's all it was.
Yeah, I don't believe that ish either. I don't know what the freak this is. If anything, I think it's some AI ish. You know what I'm saying? It's something AI generated, y'all, but I don't know. I don't even know the agenda or why they doing this. Like, seriously, but it is creepy as hell. I will say that.
Many people continue to speculate that the videos had a darker purpose, like illegal activity, espionage, or even psychological experiments. Out of thousands of uploads, a few stood out as especially significant. There were several titled Lock and Delock, with the Sagittarius symbols in front of the words, and some people thought these videos held the key to the whole project. These videos were packed with flashing visuals and strange audio patterns. By analyzing the frames side by side, investigators pieced together a grainy image that resembled the Voyager Golden Record, which was a disk NASA sent into space to represent humanity. There were various other clues that people noticed. Toward the end of the channel's life, a series of videos titled Brill appeared, each numbered in order. They seemed more structured than the rest, but no one was able to find anything conclusive. The most popular upload by far was the 11-hour video. It was almost completely silent, but reportedly caused some devices to crash. On February 25, 2016, just hours after the BBC published an article about Unfavorable Semicircle, YouTube permanently banned the channel for violating its terms of service. The exact reason wasn't clear, but most people think the sheer number of uploads flagged it as spam.
Yeah.
YouTube never gave an explanation for the ban, which led people to speculate about a darker reason. After the ban, the mystery deepened. Similar accounts popped up on Google Plus and Twitter, briefly posting new videos before disappearing again. The last known upload, titled Reset Strange YD, with the Sagittarius symbol in the front again, went up in 2017, but was deleted within 30 minutes. That marked the end of the project, or at least the end of what anyone could see. Many still think there's something more sinister about the whole thing that's yet to be uncovered.
That's another one, man, that I don't know what to make of it, Bean Team, other than I think it was some type of AI type of ish. But the whole like why question, WHY capitalized in bold letters. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why that was ever made, but YouTube may know more than what they telling us, or more than what we think of why they end up deleting that channel. I will say that, man. I will say that. Iceberg said the 4chan era related to the creepy pastas way back has a lot of rabbit holes to dig in, like the ones we've seen from Nick Crowley's features. Nice Mr. Nightmare reaction. The 4chan era. I don't know. Iceberg, I feel like so many of these rabbit holes that we dig in is like that. I love rabbit holes, but at the same time, it's like, man, you know, you're gonna go down this rabbit hole and you're not really gonna get an actual answer most of the times. An actual conclusion is always gonna be this what if and what that. You always gonna end up keep having freaking questions. Kyle said, why they keep using my birthday sign though? I don't know, Kyle. Hey, I'm a Capricorn. I got the goat, man. I got the goat symbol. But I digress, y'all. We got one more to go on this, and then we're going to check one more video out before we get up out of here. But let's check this one out.
If you've spent any time exploring the darker corners of internet history, you've probably come across stories about Mortis.com. It was a site that represents the perfect mix of curiosity, fear, and frustration. It's a relic from the early days of the web, a time when the internet was still mysterious and largely unexplored. What makes the site so unsettling isn't just what it might have been, but the fact that no one ever really figured it out. Even now, it lingers as one of the internet's greatest unsolved mysteries. Mortis.com first went live on November 14th, 1997. At first glance, it didn't look like much, just a black web page with a white text login prompt asking for a username and password. No instructions, no links, no about section. If you didn't have the login credentials, there was literally nothing to see. This alone might not sound that unusual. Plenty of private websites require logins, but it was the scale of the site that caught people's attention. Investigators discovered that Mortis.com hosted terabytes of data, a massive amount for the late 90s, when most people were still using dial-up connections and hard drives measured in megabytes, not terabytes. One file was reportedly 39 gigabytes in size, which is still huge by today's standards. For the time, it was mind-blowing. And then there was the name, Mortis, Latin for death. Whether it was meant to be edgy, symbolic, or just random, it added a creepy vibe that stuck. Mortis.com might have remained a forgotten corner of the internet if it hadn't been for forums like 4chan, where users on boards like X, Paranormal, and G Technology started poking around. Someone stumbled across the site and posted about it, and things snowballed from there. Some folks claim to have briefly accessed parts of the site, downloading bits of data before the site went offline, but they never revealed what they found, if anything.
That's what I'm saying, man. What was y'all downloading? You know what I'm saying? What is on this freaking site? That's my question. And shout out to Multi Potent Light. I don't know. Potato. Shout out to you though, man. Hi, first time watching your live. Haha. Love you being here, man. Appreciate you being here. But as far as this one go, y'all, I don't like what is this ish? All these videos from Mr. Nightmare, man. I just been like, what is this ish?
It's only made the mystery bigger. Were they silenced? Did they find something they couldn't share? Or was it nothing and they didn't want to admit it? Here's where things get even stranger. Most websites, even after they go offline, leave behind a digital footprint. That's where the Wayback Machine comes in, a tool designed to archive web pages so they could be viewed later, even if the original site is gone. But Mortis.com went completely missing. It was intentionally excluded using a file called robots.txt, which tells web crawlers to not index the site. That might sound like a small detail, but it's actually huge. Whoever built Mortis.com went out of their way to ensure that no one could track its history. Why would someone do that unless they had something to hide? The domain was registered to a man with a bunch of other websites, including Cthulhu.net, EternalNight.com, KarenLing.com, and JoshuaLing.org. Cthulhu.net featured nothing but a single page with the words, "Dead but Dreaming," whatever that means. EternalNight.com just showed an image of a glowing chess piece on a black background, nothing else. The other two led to dead ends and were tied to interior design companies that supposedly didn't exist, run by people who had long since passed away. Investigators also found connections between Mortis.com and seemingly unrelated businesses, including a dentist's office at an address that turned out to be an empty lot, a high-end security firm, a lamp company, and a bed and breakfast. The connections were tenuous at best, but they added to the eerie vibe, making it feel like something bigger, maybe even criminal, was at play. When questioned, Ling himself reportedly claimed the site was just a storage space for personal files like wedding photos. But let's be honest, that's hard to believe. Why would someone need terabytes of storage for wedding photos, much less secure them with industrial-strength encryption? And why would the FBI allegedly get involved?
Exactly, man. Like, seriously, this back in the 90s, and y'all got terabytes of freaking storage, and then you gonna tell me it's because of wedding photos? Come on, bro. You could have came up with something way better than that.
Back on 4chan, people were obsessed with cracking the site's login page. Even seasoned hackers struggled to make progress, which says a lot about how well it was protected. Some claim to have broken in briefly, finding large files with cryptic names, but they either disappeared from the forums or refused to share details. Rumors spread that the FBI contacted some of these would-be hackers, warning them off the site. Others said Ling himself pulled the plug after the site gained too much attention. Whether it was paranoia or reality, many users eventually abandoned the hunt, fearing they might be getting into something way over their heads. Everything was seemingly wiped from the internet before the mystery could be revealed, which left more questions than answers. Over the years, people have floated a ton of theories, some more plausible than others. Some people believe it was just simply a personal repository for movies, TV shows, or other media. Some investigators noted links to Usenet files and even suggested the site had an embedded media player. But this doesn't explain the secrecy, the creepy aesthetics, or the sheer scale of the data. Others think it was a front for something shady, like a black market operation, human trafficking, or even snuff films. The empty lots, fake business addresses, and encrypted files certainly make this plausible. Even after digging through all this, I can't shake the feeling that we're missing something. The exclusion from the Wayback Machine, the cryptic files, the empty addresses, it just feels too unsettling to be coincidental. If it was just a hoax or a media server, why go to such lengths to hide it? And then there's the FBI angle. Why would they get involved if there wasn't something serious going on? And if Ling shut it down himself, what was he trying to hide? Mortis.com is an internet phenomenon that we may never get a conclusion to, but there's most likely a good reason for that. One could only imagine what kind of sick files were in there. Maybe some things are better left unexplained.
Hey, Mr. Nightmare ended the video with straight facts, y'all. Maybe some things are just left unexplained. I'm pretty sure there's some stuff in there in that goddamn Mortis that we don't even want to log into and see. You know what I'm saying, man? I'm pretty sure, y'all. I'm pretty freaking sure, man. Odin said, "Hey, Stack, if you ever wanted another channel to check out, I recommend the Internet Investigator. Love her videos. She dive into creepy and disturbing topics as well." I'm gonna check that out, Odin. I'm gonna most definitely check that out and see. Might be a channel that we'll get into one day. Some scary ones off the top of my head are Dr. Gloves or the I Biden Forest of Horror, but there's lots of good ones. I'm gonna check that out, and you never know, Odin. We might do a reaction to that next week. But as far as this Mr. Nightmares, y'all. Man, a lot of those stores was like them damn rabbit holes, man. I should have never watched that video, man, because not saying it in a negative way, saying it in a good way. Like, you know how the rabbit holes just leave you wondering what could have been, what is this, why they did this, and all that. You know what I'm saying, man? There's a lot of freaking freaky-ish out here that we never know about that's going on being seen. Real talk, man. Real talk. Jack Oni. Oh no, I missed the video. Yeah, Jack, we just watched Mr. Nightmare newest video, but you always can rewind and watch it again. But I appreciate you being here, man. I appreciate you being here on the Saturday once again. Kylie said, "I love all things creepy, dark, and disturbing." Me too, Kylie. That's why that's the connection that the Bean Team have. We all love the true crime, horror, dark, deep, and mysterious. What the is going on? Type of videos. We all love it, man. We all freaking love it. And here go my boy. I don't understand now. 92. Hey Bean, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? We here once again, man. We here once again, and we already 40 minutes into it, but there is a new channel, y'all, another new channel that I have never watched a video from, and I'm pretty sure y'all never even heard of this channel because this channel only has 1.37K subscribers, right? And if you look at it, it only got what 5 videos, right? Starting from 2 months ago. But I see this video right here, and it got 40,000 views, and I want to check it out with y'all, man. I just want to check it out with y'all. I don't know what we get into with this channel, but we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Hold on. Let me pull up some more comments, though. I gotta show love to the Bean Team. The internet investigator is cool. She has a monotone voice, but her research is on point. Okay, Zoe checking off, signing off with the internet investigator. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. The internet investigator. The II. Yes, though. Real talk, y'all. I'm gonna look that up, man, and might be checking that out later on. Bean, guess what? LOL. What, bro? What you laughing about? What, man? Oh yes, play one. Okay, VSO. Yeah, we finna check it out, man. We gonna check it out. Like I said, they ain't even got 2,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? They only got 5 videos out, but they got nice views for the videos that they do have out. And we gonna check out the one called the most disturbing live streams. But we gonna pull this up real quick from This was a good time, fun vid and react. Hey, appreciate you being here, Odin. If you gotta leave now, appreciate you being here. We're gonna get into one more video though, real quick. And the title of it is, like I said, the most disturbing live streams from a channel called Honestly Scary. Let's check it out, y'all. Let me get it in full screen. Let me make sure that's right. It's right there. What? Hold on. Time out, Bean Team. Time out. Real talk. She said, I'm actually a girl. L-O freaking L. What? I don't understand 92. I'm sorry. I thought you was a male the whole time. Maybe I was just judging off your profile picture. Apologies, man. Apologies, my sister. I thought you was my brother, but you're actually my sister. I'm glad you told me that, though. I appreciate you telling me that, because for y'all that don't know, man, I don't understand. Been here a long time. In these reactions that we did. Yeah, it's the pic. The pic was throwing me off. But I'm glad you told me that, my sister. But as always, regardless if you're a male or a female, I'm happy you here. And regardless, you're still my brother and sister. And I digress on that, y'all. Let's go, y'all. Let's freaking go. The most disturbing live streams.
On May 18th, 2023, a routine workday in Charlotte, North Carolina turned into a horrible accident. Construction workers arrived early that morning at a site on Liberty Road Drive, a 7-story apartment complex being built near the popular South Park Mall. Around 120 laborers from various contractors were on site, installing windows, fitting insulation, and hauling materials up and down the partially constructed building. At approximately 9 a.m., a group of workers began unloading spray foam insulation from a trailer park near the building's base. This trailer contained a generator and numerous pressurized canisters for applying the insulation. Unknown to them, a spark ignited the foam, and flames erupted inside the trailer. Within moments, the fire spread to the building itself. The structure, still in its early stages of construction, was heavily reliant on exposed wooden framing, materials that burned quickly and intensely. Without a fire alarm or warning system in place, workers scattered in all directions, shouting frantic warnings to one another. The flames raced upward, consuming the wooden beams, and the site was soon engulfed in smoke visible for miles. Among those present that day was a man named DeMonte Sherrill, a 30-year-old window installer, and he had only been working at the site for 3 days.
I already heard of this story, y'all, and I'm pretty sure y'all have too. From Ryan from Tragedy Tales, man. I reacted to this a couple of months ago. Soon as I seen his face, I know where we going, and this is about to be sad as hell, man. This is about to be sad as freak. Let's check it out once again.
Cheryl and his co-worker, 48-year-old Reuben Holmes, were stationed on the 6th floor, fitting windows when the fire erupted. As the flames climbed rapidly, they soon realized that all the escape routes were blocked. The temporary stairway had been removed, leaving just one route down, a staircase that was already filled with dense, choking smoke. Desperate and with no clear way out, Cheryl made a decision. He pulled out his phone and began live streaming on Facebook.
Yo, I'm in South Park right now, at work, the building on fire, and I can't get out. It's getting harder and harder for them to see us. We're gonna have to stand here and see.
From the video, his panic and despair were evident, standing on an unfinished balcony with smoke and flames surrounding him. We're trapped at work. It's getting harder and harder to see.
The building on fire, I'm trapped inside, me and my man. Yo, this building is on fire. I'm at work. Somebody send help. We're in South Park. Help!
And it's just so effed up and sad to hear him hollering for help. And even if the people do hear him crying for help, it ain't nothing they can do about it to save him. That's the most effed up part about it, man. And oh my God, it's just a terrible way to go. VSOP said, "Yep, I remember your reaction to that." Yeah, man. And it watching it again don't make it no better. It still just will always be effed up. That would be so scary. Can you imagine, Jack, being in that situation? You can see them with the towels over their face. They still trying to, protect their face, their lungs from the inhalation of the smoke. But it just lets you know how much of a freaking tragedy they are in right now. Man. Iceberg, yes, those construction workers live streaming their final moments, and this is so sad. Their freaking final moments. It's like you can just see there is nowhere they could go. There is nothing they could do. Oh, let me calm down, Bean Team. Let me calm down. Let's go.
The livestream captured his cries for help as he called out to anyone who might hear him from below. Among those watching were Cheryl's friends, family, and his own mother, helpless as they witnessed his final moments unfold in real time. On the ground, over 90 firefighters battled the blaze, which had reached temperatures exceeding 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Rescuers saved 15 workers from various parts of the building, including a crane operator stranded 210 feet above the inferno. Yet, when they reached the 6th floor, where Cheryl and Holmes were trapped, conditions proved too dangerous. The firefighters issued a mayday call, and they were forced to retreat, abandoning the two men as the flames closed in. Cheryl's livestream continued as the fire overwhelmed their location. His desperate calls faded, replaced by the sound of a roaring fire. By the time the fire was finally extinguished around noon, Cheryl and Holmes were unaccounted for. Their bodies were recovered the following day, buried in the charred remains of the building. In the aftermath, investigations revealed shocking safety violations at the site. There was no functioning fire alarm system, no evacuation plan, and no oversight of the hazardous materials stored in the spray foam trailer. Authorities determined that the fire could have been avoided entirely had basic precautions been taken. In January of 2024, two of the three companies involved were fined a combined total of $50,000 for their role in the horrifying accident. For DeMonte Cheryl, what began as a typical workday ended in unimaginable horror. His final moments broadcast live to an audience powerless to help. On August 15th, 2020,
Man, hold on. Before we go to the next one, y'all, I just gotta say rest in peace to those two guys again. And I can't even remember what the name of this channel is. Horror scary something, man. Like they said, man, it's like, dude, you can go to work. We go to work all the time, not expecting to die, but you never know if it will happen or not. That would make it so scary, being team. I work in a place where if we don't be safe with some of the machinery that we using, it's a potential that one of us could die right there on the spot, man. And it's just freaking crazy, man. It's freaking crazy, y'all. Oh, Iceberg. I watched your reaction before from Tragedy Hill. Yeah, regarding this clip. Yeah, it was a couple of months ago, but I remember it vividly. Kyle and Nelson. This remind me of the two guys who were on a wind turbine. It caught fire. It was nothing they could do. One worker jumped to his death, and the other ran back inside to escape fire alive. I think I remember that too, and I think that probably came from Tragedy Tales too. It's so man, these clips be so crazy, y'all, especially in hindsight after you know what's going to happen. But so far, so good as far as this channel. I'm enjoying it. Let's keep going.
a seemingly ordinary summer day turned catastrophic in the town of Ploiești, Romania. Tavi Pasetu, a 29-year-old Romanian pop artist known for his work in the Manali genre, a unique blend of Romanian folk and contemporary pop, was driving with his wife Monica along a quiet country road. Tavi, described by his friends and family as a warm and cheerful person who never upset anyone, decided to connect with his audience by starting a live stream on Facebook. The stream began with Tavi and Monica in their white Ford Fiesta, music blaring through the car's speakers as they navigated through the rural roads at a significant speed. The camera panned, showing Tavi smoking a cigarette while smiling at his viewers. At one point, he turns the camera towards Monica, who was driving and grinning at the attention. Their energy was lighthearted and joyful, encapsulating the carefree moment of summer bliss. But the livestream would take a horrifying turn.
Uh-oh.
As they approached a railway crossing near Ploiești, the warning signals for an oncoming train were active. Despite this, the loud music blasting inside their car drowned out the sound of the alarms. Monica, at the wheel, seemingly failed to notice the flashing red lights. Tavi's expression quickly changed from amusement to sheer terror.
Oh!
In the last moments of the live stream, he lets out a scream as the train barrels towards the car. The screen cut.
And see, that's what I'm saying right there, being team. That's the perfect but terrible example of what the freak I be talking about. How you see how that man was so happy and smiling and dancing, was smoking his cigarette, and everything was all good until he looked and seen this goddamn train coming right here about to end his freaking life, man. Like, it can happen so freaking quick at the snap of a freaking finger. Like VSOP said, what the heck? That shit, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That shit just made me goddamn drop my ashtray, and it was a glass ashtray, and now it's broke. Long story short story long. Y'all probably heard it too, man. This clip as well. I think we have seen that one. Iceberg. I'm not sure about that one. But maybe we have. These vids make me drive like a granny. LOL. Hey, Jack, it's better to drive like a granny than drive like somebody who not paying attention. Like, I don't understand how she did not see the flashing of the freaking train going off, man. Like, come on, man. We got to keep our eyes and ears open. Now, I understand they had the music blasting, and we all like to have our music blasting in our cars. You know what I'm saying, man? But at least keep your eyes open. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I literally dropped my freaking ashtray. is on the ground right now, VSOP, and it's broke. That's why I'm not gonna even pick it up till I get done with the live stream. Might pick my blunt up and hit it again, but whatever. Zoe said, I'm gonna sound old, but put your phone down. I mean, you're right, Zoe. You are so freaking right when you say that in that situation, because maybe if he had his phone down, he could have seen the train, even though she didn't see the train. Even you, and I know a lot of y'all be in the passenger seat of these cars when you ride with somebody else, and you still be looking out like, hey, there's a car coming. Hey, don't pull out yet. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you can't get over. I see a car over there. Even though you're not driving the car, you still being safe within the car and trying to tell the driver the safe thing to do. So yes, I understand what you're saying with that one, Zoe. 100%, 100 freaking percent. The wife shows a warning adjuster, man. The warning adjuster did not freaking work out. It's like it was so crazy how happy he was until he looked this way, and it was all said and done. Let's go, y'all. Let's freaking go.
Cuts off, leaving the live stream viewers in shock. The train, traveling at high speeds, struck the car on Tevi's side. The force of the collision dragged the mangled vehicle over 600 feet along the tracks. Witnesses later recalled the gruesome aftermath. The car was a crumpled heap of metal, and both airbags had been deployed. A bystander captured the scene on video, showing crowds gathering around the wreckage, desperate to free the couple. Tavi, seated on the passenger side where the train struck, sustained catastrophic injuries and was pronounced dead on the scene. Monica, critically injured but conscious, endured the nightmare of witnessing her husband's death. She was rushed to a nearby hospital, suffering from multiple fractures, a punctured lung, and severe trauma. Tragically, this accident occurred just weeks after Tavi had shared an eerie post on Facebook, reading, "One day, the wrong train will take you to the right destination," which many found the coincidence unsettling and haunting in hindsight. Following the incident, authorities determined that the crash was caused by a failure to comply with railway crossing rules. Investigators confirmed that the signals were working correctly and blamed human error on the tragedy. While some speculated that Monica might face legal consequences for negligence, there was no evidence to suggest she was charged. The days after the accident were devastating for Tavi's loved ones. He was laid to rest later that month, with over 100 people attending his funeral. Unfortunately, Monica, still in critical condition, was unable to be there to say goodbye to her husband.
Boy, that was a tragedy tale too. Another freaking tragedy tale. Shake my head, shake my head. That's so sad, man. Yes, it's so sad. And it's so sad because she will always feel like it's her fault that her husband died. You know what I'm saying, man? That's a burden that she gonna have to live with for the rest of her life. And not only even that, she wasn't even able to attend the funeral. You know what I'm saying, man? Because she's still in the hospital suffering from her injuries. Just tragic all around, y'all. Tragic all freaking round. Let's go.
On March 25th, 2023, the quiet neighborhood of Green Tree in Columbus, Mississippi became the setting for a tragic and horrifying event that unfolded live on Facebook. 28-year-old Khadijah Michelle Brown, known to her friends as Cade, had been live streaming herself from her bedroom, sharing her frustrations with her husband, Jeremy Brown's behavior.
Yep, I know this one too, and I'm pretty sure y'all do too, Big Team. If you know tragedy tales, then you know freaking this one. And this is, oh my God, this is so terrible. This is terrible on another level because it's involving the children. Let's go.
The couple had been in a turbulent relationship marked by frequent arguments, some of which turned physical. This particular morning, their escalating dispute would have a tragic and fatal outcome. Khadijah, who was at home with her 4 children and her mother, started a live stream as she vented about Jeremy, who had decided to leave the house after another argument. The emotional tension in the room was palpable, and the viewers could hear Khadijah ranting about her husband's behavior, calling him out for his actions. Meanwhile, her mother was in the kitchen preparing food for the children, seemingly unaware of the impending violence. Just as the situation seemed to be simmering down, Jeremy returned to the house and the argument reignited. During the live stream, Jeremy attempted to remain calm, speaking in a measured tone, but Khadijah's anger only intensified. The argument moved through the house as Khadijah's frustrations mounted, and Jeremy, perhaps sensing the conflict was spiraling out of control, attempted to leave in an effort to de-escalate the situation.
Tell your daughter to keep her hands on you. Tell your daughter to keep her hands on you.
You the one slap me. You the one slap me. Hit me now. Hit me now.
Keep her hands on you.
What's
up, man?
I'm still asking what is the conversation.
Oh man, that's what I'm finna do. I'm finna get out. I ain't really trying to argue at all. I'm just trying to get my...
No, you want to go tell your family about this, about that. You want to do this.
I'm trying to leave from over here and pee, man. I ain't trying to argue at all.
As Jeremy tried to exit, the argument suddenly took a dark turn. The phone that had been streaming the confrontation was abruptly dropped to the floor, its camera capturing the ceiling as sounds of a struggle between the couple could be heard. Then, a chilling sound rang out.
Don't touch me, bro.
What's the conversation?
Smooth, bro. I'm trying to get ready for work, man. Go.
How you getting ready for work? What? Then y'all wonder why the kids.
Oh my God.
Khadijah had grabbed a nearby 9mm handgun during the altercation and, in a moment of anger, shot Jeremy in the head. The horrific moment was followed by cries of their children, who could be heard screaming as their father collapsed to the ground. Instead of calling for help for her husband, Khadijah's immediate response was to scream, "I don't want to go to jail." This chilling moment revealed her first instinct was not to assist Jeremy, but to protect herself. She quickly called 911 and emergency responders soon arrived. But, despite efforts to revive him, Jeremy was pronounced dead at the scene. The children, who had been at home the entire time, were unfortunately forced to witness their father's brutal death, an unimaginable trauma that would haunt them for years to come. Khadijah was arrested at the scene without incident and later charged with second-degree murder. The livestream, which had initially been intended as a platform for Khadijah to air her grievances about her marriage, had tragically turned into a public broadcast of a murder. She later claimed that the shooting had been an accident, saying that the gun went off during a struggle. However, the presence of a loaded weapon in the home, easily accessible during such a volatile moment, made it clear that this was no random act.
Nope.
In May of 2024, Khadijah Michelle Brown pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 34 years in prison. The consequences of her actions, a choice she made in the heat of an argument, would alter the lives of her children forever.
For freaking ever, man. And that's the major thing. It's like, dude, literally, your 3 kids was in the house while you killed their father right in front of them. And her mama was in the house too. You know what I'm saying, man? But it's like, how could I hate when people say the gun went off on accident. First of all, why is it a gun even in this situation, even around this situation? Why is the gun cocked and loaded with one in the chamber, one in the head? So all you got to do is pull the trigger and it would go off. Like, you know what I'm saying, man? That would make that ish like that BS. Like, there is no way you can tell me that you accidentally shot a gun when before you can even pull the trigger and a gun will fire a bullet, you got to cock it back and have one in the chamber. So if you had one in the chamber, then hey, I hate to say it, but I do want to say it that I believe you intended to pull the trigger and kill that goddamn man. You did it, man. Like, I ain't never been in them type of disputes as far as like baby mama and baby daddy, because I ain't got no baby mama, but I know just from experience of seeing my family members that ish can get real to the point where sometimes it can happen like that. You know what I'm saying, man? To the point somebody could die. I hate it happen, but man, and I ain't even talking about as far as my baby mama and all that, because like I said, I ain't got one, but I'd have been in some relationships being team. I'm gonna keep it real. Well, we have got mad as elf at each other and want to fight and do all that. And sometimes when people get mad, terrible things happen. I just thank God that nothing happened to me. You know what I'm saying, man? 100%. Like VSOP said, my girl VSOP. I agree with you, Stack. why there's a gun in the first place. That should be kept for family. Exactly. Like there should never have been a gun in the vicinity of none of this. Freaking terrible, y'all. Freaking terrible. I think we halfway through, y'all. Let's go.
On August 18th, 2022, a quiet afternoon at the Key Motel in Chatsworth, Ontario would take a dark and tragic turn. That summer day, under the blazing sun, 24-year-old Helen Wendy Nyabuto, a nurse from Kenya living in Canada, arrived at the motel with a friend. Helen had moved to Canada in 2018 and worked tirelessly to support her family back home, becoming a beacon of hope for her siblings. Known for her warm smile and infectious energy, she had a bright future ahead. The Key Motel, located on a secluded road, boasted amenities like a barbecue area and a private pool. It was here that Helen decided to take a refreshing dip in the water. Donning a colorful bikini, she stepped into the shallow end of the pool and started a Facebook live stream to share her joy with friends and family. A refreshing dip in the water. Donning a colorful bikini, she stepped into the shallow end of the pool and started a Facebook live stream to share her joy with friends and family. The live stream began innocently enough. Helen smiled and chatted with her viewers, expressing her excitement.
Yeah, I'm shaking my head, Bean Team, because I've heard of this one too. We seen this one too. Now, I don't know if it was from Ryan from Tragedy Tales or from the Lazy Masquerade, but we seen this one too before. Jesus freaking Christ. Why are we watching this video making us relive some of the most terrible ish that we ever saw, man? Let's go.
Uenda kazi Magati, tafuta pesa utulete.
Despite her cheerful demeanor, there was one crucial detail. Helen didn't know how to swim. For the first 10 minutes, she stayed within the shallow end of the pool, occasionally playing with a floating ball. She was in her element, responding to comments and enjoying the sunny afternoon. But then, she ventured towards the deeper side of the pool, where she quickly found herself in trouble. Suddenly, splashing sounds filled the live stream. Helen's tone shifted as she began to shout for help. Her cries grew increasingly frantic as she struggled to stay afloat. For nearly 2 minutes, viewers watched in horror as her screams echoed throughout the live stream. Tragically, there was no lifeguard present, and her friend was not nearby. The pool area was silent except for Helen's desperate attempts to stay above water. Then, just as quickly as it began, the struggle stopped. The livestream continued, but now it only showed the still, calm waters of the pool under a clear blue sky. The broadcast remained alive, and an eerie and haunting silence replaced the once joyful atmosphere. It wasn't until later that afternoon that the horrific scene was discovered. 2 men arrived at the pool intending to swim, but noticed something unsettling in the water.
Like if they're actually dead, it'd be at the top.
Like I think you gotta walk down there, walk around to the other side. Like go around behind. Like go.
It looks like a real person.
Okay, so go around there. Go around to the.
I'm not. You can do that yourself.
I don't want to get out. Go.
Why can't you just imagine, y'all? Getting into a pool, you on vacation or whatever, you know, a random swim pool that you never been in, you on vacation or whatever. You get into it, then you see something that look like a real body just floating dead in the water. Can you imagine that ish? Oh my God. I feel bad for the two dudes who found her body. But most importantly for her, man, I don't understand why she got in that pool knowing she couldn't freaking swim. Then she decided to go off and start swimming knowing she couldn't swim. It's just terrible, man. I feel just like VSOP. I feel just like that, man. Just freaking terrible. So sad. A nice vacation turned into a tragic moment during her live stream. I don't know if it was because she was on the live stream, she was feeling good about herself or whatever, and she decided to, you know, go try to have fun or whatever. I don't know, man. That one right there is just, it's bad, man. It's bad. Let's go.
Is that real?
Initially mistaking it for debris or a mannequin, they soon realized the chilling truth. It was Helen's lifeless body. Their shock was palpable as they debated whether to alert motel staff. Emergency responders were called and Helen was rushed to a hospital. However, it was too late. She had been underwater for hours and efforts to save her were futile. And rather tragically, Helen's father, who was still in Kenya, learned of her death in the most heart-wrenching way, through a recording of the livestream sent by a friend.
Wow.
The livestream, which captured her final moments, had gone viral, leaving her family devastated. In the wake of the accident, a GoFundMe campaign was launched to raise funds to send her body back to Kenya. The campaign garnered significant support, eventually raising over $50,000. And Helen was laid to rest in her home country, mourned by family and friends who remembered her as a loving daughter, sister, and friend.
Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace to all Helen, like VSO said. Rest in freaking peace. It just, that one right there just got me like, man, why did she? I just don't understand why she would want to just freaking do that. And she knew she couldn't swim. Let's see what Odin said. A whole bunch of sad accidents. That's the pattern with these. Most could have been avoided, but were just small mistakes with big consequences. Yes, rest in peace to her. I agree. Let's go, y'all. Hold on. Iceberg in front of her father doing live stream. So sad, especially without lifeguards. And that's what I'm saying, Iceberg. Like, she was out there by herself without a freaking lifeguard, no life vest, no nothing. I don't know what made her do that. But we almost done, y'all. We almost done. Let's keep going.
On the evening of April 4th, 2020, in Baltimore, Maryland, Ernest Wilson III, a 24-year-old known for his infectious energy and charm, decided to host one of his trademark game nights.
We already know this one too.
Ernest rented an Airbnb on East West Street, an area that provided a sense of excitement and anonymity. Despite the heavy restrictions due to the COVID-19 pandemic, he was determined to throw a game that night, something he often did to bring his friends together. On that Saturday night, he invited around 15 people to join him, and by all accounts, it started as a typical get-together. People arrived, drank, played games, and just hung out. But the night would soon take an unexpected and tragic turn. Ernest, the entertainer, began his first live stream at the start of the night. It was titled, "Pull Up On Me," a phrase Ernest was well known to use when inviting others to join him for a good time. The livestream initially showed Ernest alone in the Airbnb, rolling backwards on the floor, flashing what appeared to be an illicit substance, something that was quite common in some of his streams. As the night continued, Ernest went live multiple times. The second and third streams were filled with the excitement of his friends arriving and joining in. It seemed like just another night of fun, no different from the many game nights Ernest had hosted before. However, the fourth stream, which began at 2:30 in the morning, would forever change everything. This last stream was titled, "Hide and Seek All on Stream." Ernest was in the middle of a game, counting outside while his friends hid around the Airbnb. He could be heard counting loudly, laughing and shouting to his friends, clearly enjoying the game. The stream showed his friends running and hiding, playing along with Ernest's playful energy.
I got to count out here, stupid. Go the other way. I'm coming to look for you first, girl. I don't even know I can ham up there and shit. 1, 2, 3.
But then, a stranger appeared on the scene, and the tone of the live stream suddenly shifted. As Ernest counted to 30, preparing to go back inside and search for his friends, an unknown man was seen scaling the property's back fence. Ernest, confused and caught off guard, confronted the man, not recognizing him. The man seemed to be agitated and approached Ernest. Ernest, still in his playful mode, called him out, unsure of who this person was.
The front door locked, dumbass. I'm on your ass. 1, 2, 3. Who the fuck is that, G? I don't know.
I'm in your face.
Get your dumbass on the other side of this gate. Who the fuck? Dumbass nigga. This can't be one of my friends.
Up on the ground.
Hey, Pride! Pull that shit up!
Ernest was violent.
It's like, even though I have watched reactions from Tragedy Tales and Nick Crowley, like Iceberg said, I still have that question of like, why? Why did whoever, first of all, who did it? But more importantly, why did you decide to crash this man party and kill him? Did he owe you money? Was this some drug thingy? Or like, what was it to make you go kill this dude, man? Freaking crazy.
Violently attacked on stream, and viewers could hear him calling out for help. A brief scuffle could be heard, and then suddenly, gunshots rang out, leaving a chilling silence in their wake. The camera feed immediately cut to black, and the viewers were left in horror, unsure of what they had just witnessed. Inside, the sound of gunshots echoed throughout the party. Panic spread as Ernest's friends rushed outside, only to find him lying on the ground, critically injured. The assailant, now nowhere to be seen, had vanished into the night. The group immediately called 911, but despite authorities' swift arrival, Ernest was pronounced dead at the scene. The livestream that Ernest had intended to use to connect with his followers and share the joy that evening had instead captured the final moments of his life in a brutal and senseless attack. The police worked tirelessly, but the case remains unsolved. Nearly 4 years have passed since that fateful night, and the search for the killer still continues. Throughout India.
Damn, look like we got one more, y'all. But yeah, I agree with Iceberg on that one. Exactly. That unknown suspect still at large. Like, we don't know who or why or what why did you do that? Like, what was it? What was it, man? Seriously. Look like we got one more, man. Let's go, y'all.
Tractors have long been a symbol of agricultural life, aiding farmers in plowing fields and transporting goods like in any other country. But for many in India, these machines have become a lot more than just tools. They've become vehicles for adrenaline-pumping stunts and entertainment. One such enthusiast was Nishu Dishwal, a 22-year-old from Panipat, Haryana, with over 1.5.
Okay, I done said it too many times now, being team. But you know, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, man. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. We know of this story too. And the reason that we know of this story is from who? Ryan from Tragedy Tales. We know about this story from Tragedy Tales also, y'all. So the thing I'll say about this channel, this is a brand new channel. They got like 1,000 subscribers. If I have to critique it a little bit, I will say, you got to go find your own stories, man. You can't be taking stories from the other channels that trying to tell it like this, man. Especially not the way you doing it. Like, if it was a short or something like I be doing sometimes, check out my shorts, y'all. But to do it in this format as a full video, you're going to get love and stuff. I appreciate it. But you just telling stories that a lot of people who will watch your channel have already heard before. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, I feel like this channel has literally just took stories from Ryan videos and put it all together into his own type of way. And it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. It's good how he doing it, but it's just like I've heard all these stories before. But maybe some of y'all ain't heard it before yet. So we're gonna check it out. And I do like hearing it from different narrators' perspectives or whatever. Let's go.
5 million subscribers on YouTube at the time, Nishu had carved out a niche for himself, showcasing his extraordinary tractor driving skills. In 2017, Nishu began posting videos of his machines performing daring stunts and competing in tractor pulling events. And by 2024, his channel had amassed over 300 million views, with fans eagerly awaiting each upload to see what feat he would attempt next. On February 28, 2024, Nishu set out with some friends for another day of filming and fun. They chose a field in the Panapet district to test out his latest tractor modifications. One of his friends decided to livestream the event on Instagram, allowing thousands of fans to join in virtually. The stream began like so many others, Nishu confidently maneuvering his tractor, displaying his signature flair. He pushed the limits of the machine, performing intricate turns and accelerating through uneven terrain. The field's soft, muddy ground proved challenging, but Nishu seemed unfazed. At one point, the tractor's rear wheels became deeply embedded in the mud. For most, this might have signaled the end of the day's stunts, but for Nishu, it was just another obstacle to overcome.
I wish he would have never tried to overcome this obstacle.
Sitting at a 90-degree angle, with the tractor tilted back precariously, Nishu revved the engine. Though this wasn't a new challenge for him, he had performed similar stunts countless times before. Yet, this time, the situation would take a devastating turn.
Oh.
As Nishu pressed harder on the accelerator, the tractor's body suddenly lifted off the ground. And, in an instant, the massive machine tipped backwards, flipping completely. The heavy chassis, weighing over 3 tons, came crashing down on him. The field erupted into chaos, and Nishu's friends screamed in terror, rushing to the overturned tractor in a desperate attempt to save him. Unfortunately, it was already too late. News of the accident spread quickly, sending shockwaves through the Indian community. Fans flooded his social media pages with condolences and tributes, expressing disbelief that someone so talented and full of life could be taken so suddenly. While his fans and loved ones continue to mourn, they also celebrate the legacy he left behind. A legacy of passion, courage, and a relentless drive to push boundaries.
Yeah, that was a tragic one too, man. Especially to see him on live stream right before the freaking tractor that he enjoy and love freaking crush him. That was freaking crazy too, y'all. But as far as this channel go, like I said, man, I just wanted to watch a new channel with y'all to see what it was doing. It was called Honestly Scary, and it was great. It was great. Like, I like the narration and stuff. My only problem is that I heard a lot of those stories before, but it is crazy to hear those stories again. I will freaking admit that, being team. I will admit that. Let me get up out of that. And like Iceberg said, yes, that tractor trailer, that's almost a freaking elephant, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like tons of freaking weight crashing down on you. Freaking crazy. Freaking crazy. But I digress. We have been here long enough, being team, man. I appreciate y'all coming on back as always. And before you leave, just please, 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 please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and do all that if you ain't did that. And remember this: love, peace, and happiness. Stay safe. Don't stop. Keep going. Yeah.